Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumedh Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today I want to speak to you guys about strategy. Alright, it rhymes with my last name Chatterjee, so I gotta bring this to you. So first and foremost, where do you tilt? The flow state is all about finding your sweet spot. And the thing is, have you found your sweet spot? I was just watching the show on Netflix, Queen's Gambit. And notice how chess was all about strategy. And in a sense, the girl in the show, I forgot her name, she was just 9 years old and she was learning chess from this custodian, right? And she was looking at all the chess pieces and she learned openings. So there's different chess openings. And she learned all of them. And eventually they called her to a high school to compete with all the people there. When you put all in to a specific kind of craft, you start to compete with the best. She was even bragging afterwards, I beat the best guy there in about 15 moves. Once you really start learning from a young age, once you start refining and you start understanding strategy, it's really going to help you. In terms of the flow state, we have different strategies. Someone might be very operational and tactical, kind of like how you're doing it in a battlefield. Let's say you're playing like Clash of Clans. You'd be using that strategy, right? Tactics, staying organized, making lists. A lot of peak performance nowadays is just making lists. And so maybe you're a very organized type of person. You like to plan things in advance. You like to be practical. Then there's another leadership style. So I call these two leadership styles. The other leadership style is very intuitive. For instance, I use much more of a fluid leadership style. In the same sense, I want to balance it out. Otherwise, I'm not going to have any structure. So essentially, the other style is one of intuitive, but I want to call it more strategic inspirational style. So the strategic inspirational leadership style is much more about looking for the vision. So in a sense, you are being the role model. So if you have a team, if other people see you and you're being seen in a specific area or a specific niche and whatever it is that you're doing, if you are being seen, if you are visible by others, you're a leader. Okay, you're a leader in some way, in some regard. So maybe you use much more of a tactical or organizational style, an operation style, or you use much more of an intuitive, flexible, let's say much more of a inspirational and strategic leadership style. Now you've got to find the sweet spot within these two. You got to find the yin and yang calibration and the integration between these two. But essentially, let's say you clasp your hands together. Does your thumb go over the left thumb or the right thumb goes over the left thumb? Which one goes first? And once you understand that, it has nothing to do with leadership style, but everyone has a tilt. Everyone has a preference, okay? So what is your preference? Just like, I like pineapple on pizza. You might hate me. You might watch this video and be like, what do you mean you like pineapple? That's disgusting, bro. You might have that opinion, right? Not that I eat a lot of pizza anyway, but I'm just saying. In a sense, that's my tilt, right? I have a preference. I have certain kind of taste buds that allows me to enjoy that. Or maybe I might like spicier food and you might not like spicy food. That's completely fine. But you've got to understand yourself. You've got to understand your tilt in terms of your leadership style. Because otherwise you'll be swayed away. You'll be a follower. You'll be the type of person that other people's leadership style is taking over your leadership style. And then sometimes you'll be put into a group where all these tactical people, and then you'll be like, no, guys, look at the bigger picture. Look at the vision, guys. And that's not going to work. So you want both, right? You want to be able to calibrate to both. If you're in a group of people where everybody's tactical, you want to turn on that switch and be like, beep, tactical mode, commencing, right? You want that in a sense. So similarly, if you're a much more left-brained, analytical type of person, you want to step into a creative environment and be able to turn on your creativity switch, like putting on creativity hats, downloading, I'm creative, right? That's what we think of creative people. We think they're just like everywhere in a sense of freedom. No, it's not necessarily that, right? Creativity isn't woohoo, yay! No. That's not creativity. Creativity is actually about structure. We think creativity is freedom. Creativity is freedom within boundary, within finding containers for things, right? Because without that, it's just imagination, and imagination is everywhere. A child has imagination, but once you start to take ownership of your emotions, you find a focus into what you're doing, you create using your imagination. And that's what the practical mind does. It finds those limits. But we've got to love the creative limits, right? For in a sense, if you just had day all the time, it would be kind of boring. The fact that there's day and night, winter, summer, spring, there's this fluctuation. There's this change, but there's a limit. There's a limit, right? There's a certain time of the day where the sun sets or the sun goes up again. Understand the power of that. Understand your own power and where you bring the most discipline, creativity, leadership style, and the best capability. Find out what your tilt is. I hope this video helps you out today. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. See you next time.